DC Fitness Squad, what is going on? Happy Thursday. Hope you're all doing well and amazing today. Excited for this live training. Today we're going to be talking about how I struggled with poor eating habits. I just talked to a lot of individuals and their number one struggle is diet because work is extremely busy. They're just trying to find something convenient. So I'm excited for this live training. I'm excited for this podcast. If you're tuning in right now, hashtag I'm here. If you're tuning in on the replay, hashtag replay. I can't see everybody tuning in. I'm trying to see some names here. My setup for the podcast is all over the place. It's definitely not my usual. But I'm Thomas, what is going on? Hope you're doing well. Let's go. I love it. I'm seeing some more individuals tuning in. I appreciate you so much. Make sure you stay. It's going to be valuable and it's really going to teach you about not only diet, but I feel like the right way to diet, the sustainable way to diet. And I'm going to talk about how I struggled with poor eating habits. And I'm going to teach you exactly how to fix it if you're struggling with the same thing. All right. So if you're struggling with diet, you find yourself in a time pinch, you don't find yourself cooking a lot. I'm not a chef either at all by any means. But I still eat healthy because I know it's going to benefit me in my life and my happiness. Right. So I want to help you out and let's start this podcast. All right. So I'm excited. If you are here, hashtag I'm here. Let's go. I'm seeing some I'm here's. I love it. I love it. I'm seeing some hashtag I'm here's. I love it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. And hopefully you're going to get some insight from this podcast. All right. So let me start the countdown. I'm seeing some Facebook comments as well. I can't see Facebook comments live stream, but I always go back. I always see who is looking at my stuff and who's getting value. So make sure you comment I'm here, or if you're on the replay, hashtag replay. I just want to know who is getting value, who's learning, because this will help you out. All right. So let me start this podcast and we will get it going. All right. I'm just going to start the countdown. There we go. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Men's Fat Loss Made Easy podcast, where I'm here to give you massive value that you can implement on your fat loss journey. Today, we're going to be talking about how I struggled with poor eating habits, and I personally will teach you how I fixed it, all right? Because a lot of individuals in my audience listening to the podcast struggle with diet the most. And for you, like, I understand your situation, right? Work is probably very busy, and right now you're just finding what is convenient in terms of food. You're not focused on an eating plan, right? You're not worried about the consequences of your actions. But these poor eating habits have been costing your health and happiness over the months, over the years. And honestly, you got to change. All right, you have to change. And you're really not feeling as confident as you used to be. And a weight gain is becoming an issue. So I want to help you out. And we have to fix this. And we have to fix this now before the doctor says something in 6 to 12 months. We have to fix this now before health issues really become a risk in the near future. I care about you too much. All right, I want to put an end to this. So here is the best piece of advice I can possibly give you. If you're struggling with diet, you're a busy guy that's really just working a lot, you have a family life, social life, and you just don't have a lot of time to cook, you're not focused on meal prep, but that weight is going up, your scale is going up, this is exactly what I need you to do. Stop self-sabotaging your diet. If you are listening to the podcast, give me a head nod if that makes sense. And if you're watching live, I want you to stop what you're doing and I want you to comment in the comments, stop self-sabotaging your diet. Stop self-sabotaging your diet. All right. Write it in the comments. All right. Self-sabotaging. I know it's not the easiest word to spell, but just spell it out. All right. Stop self-sabotaging. I want you to write it down because I want you to instill it in your mind, because I guarantee you're a busy individual that is watching this right now, and you probably tried to lose weight before. You tried a restrictive diet. You tried to go all in and you fell off track, because too many guys try a new diet, stay consistent for 30 days, and then they just fall off track and you go right back to old eating habits. You go right back to being sedentary. You go back to your old self. And honestly, like, I just want to share some empathy. Like, it's not really your fault. It's just your plan wasn't sustainable. Your plan wasn't realistic, right? I want you to know that a few slices of pizza, a couple burgers, a few drinks is not going to kill your progress. It is not going to make you add fat, or it is not going to make you obese, or it's going to make you fall off track. It's only a mindset if you fall off track. You have to understand that having your favorite foods is supposed to be part of your plan. There has to be some sort of balance. There has to be some sort of flexibility where you can still have foods that you enjoy and keep yourself honestly like emotionally satisfied. Because if you restrict yourself, you're just going to want it that much more. I always tell my clients, it's like an analogy with a kid. If you tell like a 2-year-old, you take away their toy and you're like, you can't have this, they're going to start crying. They're going to want it even more. If you really just gave them the toy, they're like, all right, I really don't even want this. They're probably going to go to something else. All right, so have what you want in moderation, but I don't want you to self-sabotage. And that's what I wanted to, that's the main message of this podcast is I need you to stop self-sabotaging your diet. That's how you'll fall off track. That's how you'll lose weight and then put it all back on. And then you'll start thinking, man, like, what was the point of that, right? I'd rather have you stay consistent than perfect. I'd rather have you stay consistent than perfect. So guys, please stop self-sabotaging your diet plan. All right. I always used to struggle with this and I worked on it and now I really don't have temptations. I really don't. Like if I see the donuts, pizza, like I really don't like, I'm a foodie, but there's a certain time and place. I will plan and prepare to have those foods whenever I want to, but they're really not a big temptation. It's not like every time I see a pizza, I'm like, oh my God, I want that so bad. It's not a big deal because I already fit it into my routine. If you restrict yourself so much and then you go out with the guys Saturday night and you see they're all getting a pizza, you're going to get one as well because you just restrict yourself for weeks, months, and now it's such a temptation compared to if you go out with the guys Saturday night, they're all getting pizza. You could be like, you know what? I actually had a healthy pizza Wednesday night that my coach put in my plan for me. So it's not even a temptation. I'm all right, guys. Like that's it. That's how it worked for me. That's how it works for my clients. Like we fit it in their schedule. So it's not a big temptation when they go to their work event, they go to their social event, they're going out with the guys and they see pizza, burgers, chips, whatever. They already have that flexibility and that balance that's going to keep them going. And they're not perfect, but they're consistent. So that's the most important thing for weight loss. And if you could find sustainability in your diet, you're going to be able to lose your next 30 to 50 pounds and be able to keep it off this time. Because you yourself, you're probably watching like, Danny, I tried this before. I tried a diet. I went all in. I lost weight, but then I fell off track. The pandemic happened and, my work, I'm working all from home. I'm sedentary. It's just really not working out for me. And, I put on all this weight and it's because you didn't have a sustainable plan. A lot of individuals went through COVID. A lot of individuals didn't gain weight because they know how to make this a balanced lifestyle for themselves, right? Like for me, I didn't just completely throw in the towel during COVID, but I found other ways that were going to work for me. So for you, we have to find other ways. And part of that is sustainability. Part of that is not self-sabotaging on your diet plan because that is the worst thing you can possibly do to yourself. I have so many clients that come to me and they're like, I tried a diet plan before, but it was just too restrictive. But what really happened is you had a couple nights out, you went on vacation, you had some drinks, you had pizza, you went on you had some burgers, whatever you had. I don't know, whatever your favorite food is, whatever the drinks, you just fell off track for like one night. And then that one night turned into 2 nights. Those 2 nights turned into a whole week. That whole week turned into a month and you completely fell off track because you're trying to be perfect. If you are a perfectionist and you try to be a perfectionist in your weight loss journey, you will 100% fail. Just saying that coming from love. I'm always going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. I'm not going to fucking come on here and be like, try your best. No, I'm going to teach you what you need to fucking know. All right, if you are a perfectionist in life, that's awesome. You're probably successful. That is great. If you go into your weight loss journey trying to be a perfectionist, you will fail. I learned that the hard way. Very hard. So stop self-sabotaging because a lot of you think, oh, I had a pizza, I had burgers. This isn't sustainable. This is not sustainable. And you're in your mind, you're like, you know what? I'm just an all in, all out type of person. So I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to circle back around in October when I have a less busier schedule. All right. Guess what? You're still going to be busy in October. Stop trying to go all in. Stop trying to go all in. That's it. You have to find balance and stop self-sabotaging. So gentlemen, that is what I wanted to help you with today because so many guys come to me and they're like, Danny, I have struggled with all-in diet plans. I have struggled with poor eating habits. I just go with what is convenient. So I have to teach them how to do it sustainable. And hopefully this podcast was a quick glimpse of how I can really teach you do that. If you just listen to this, this will help you by itself. All right. If you just use the main message behind this podcast, it will 100% help you. Do not self-sabotage your next meal plan, your next diet plan. All right. Try to stay on track. And if you fall off, it's part of the plan. I don't even want you to see it as falling off track. I want you to think of it as a refeed meal, all right? A refeed beverage, all right? You're refeeding your metabolism, you're refeeding your body, and honestly, you're refeeding your emotions because it's okay to, like, I think a lot of people look at like emotional eating as a bad thing. It's really not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to have cravings. It's not a bad thing to have temptations. Like, you're human. That means you're human, right? And that's completely fine, but I don't want you to live a poor lifestyle. And there's this fine line between balance and just going way off the rails. A lot of you have been going way off the rails, gaining weight every single month, 2 pounds per month. That's 24 pounds a year, right? So let's find that balance. And let's make sure that we mostly focus on living a happier, healthier lifestyle for yourself. All right. So, gentlemen, that is all I got. If you're listening to the podcast, I appreciate you so much. If you're getting value, leave me a 5 stars, leave me a written review, or you could keep just listening for free and getting value. And I just appreciate that you are listening, tuning in, and giving me your time and attention. Like, I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. So I will talk to you on the next episode. Have the best day of your life. See ya. All right, DC Fitness Squad, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you. Hopefully this was helpful. So many individuals come to me struggling with diet, and I know that this will help you out. If you have been here and you're hiding behind the scenes, let me know if you're here in the comments, hashtag I'm here. If you're on the replay, hashtag replay. And if you got value from this podcast, drop a thumbs up if I helped you out today, because I know you're watching. And you tried to lose weight before. You tried to go on a diet. And you went all in. You were cutting carbs. You were cutting chocolates. You were cutting wine. You were cutting this and that and pizza, burgers. You couldn't go out with your friend. If you went out with your friends or you went to social events, you were getting a salad. Ugh, gross. I love salads, actually, but still too restrictive. All right, you have to learn more about how to make it sustainable, how to find that balance, and hopefully this podcast gave you good insight. All right, that is all I got, and I appreciate you. I am seeing Thomas is dropping a thumbs up. I appreciate you. Matt is here. Let's go. Clemente is here. Thomas says stop self-sabotaging. Thomas, I appreciate you. Facebook, I will 100% be looking at all your comments as well, so drop a thumbs up if this was valuable, and I appreciate all of you. All right, have the best day of your life. Talk soon. See ya. All right, Facebook, talk soon. Much love. YouTube, Instagram, everybody, DC Fitness Squad. Thank you very much for tuning in and have the best day. See ya.